What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today I'm incredibly excited because we're going to be taking a look at my first Four Horsemen figure. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new Mythic Legions-esque Four Horsemen's Headless Horseman. And what more befitting to do a Four Horsemen review with the name Horseman. Come on, in the name, you kidding me? So I missed out on the first release of this, but then Big Bad Toy Store recently put up an exclusive one where it's like different, slightly different paint. I mean, look at that box art. Ooh, that is beautiful. Beautiful. I think this is called the Figura Obscura line. Here's a little read up if you'd like to read that. And then on the bottom, there's a barcode. I don't think that's going to be helpful. And then a little bit more information on there. So, yeah. And then you get a little window. I guess that's the Four Horsemen. Oh, yeah, it is. That's cool. It's like a 4 in each. That's pretty cool. So, yeah. I'm pretty damn excited. I've never held one of these figures in my hand. And I want a Headless Horseman for my horror shelf, so without further ado, let's go ahead and pop this open. So, getting these out of the package, man, I can really see why people go all in on these lines. They are pretty freaking awesome. I will say they are not perfect. I do have a couple little complaints, but overall, these are very impressive figures, and I am so excited to get them on my horror shelf eventually. I don't know what got on here on my fingers, but it's from these guys, which is really weird. I don't know if it's like paint, or maybe I had something on my finger prior, but it's really weird. So if you see some black smudges on my fingers, I don't know, maybe it's paint chipping from these guys. I kind of wiped it off, but anyway, these are pretty awesome. So we'll go ahead and start. I don't know. Do you want to start with the horse or the guy? Let's start with the horse, because I feel like there's more to talk about with the horseman himself. So, holy crap. I'm not going to lie. I mostly bought this because I want a big horse on the shelf. I really love animals, and I love animal-based figures. I think they're super cool. And this is a damn near perfect sculpt of a Clydesdale horse. This is amazing. At least I think it's a Clydesdale. Maybe it's a trotter or something, but it looks pretty damn awesome. So one thing that I really like is there is a slight green dry brush in the mane, which is super cool. I love the neon eyes of this figure. I love the open chaotic mouth. Horses are terrifying, to be honest with you. So this is crazy how they accurately sculpted this horse. I really like the nostrils, how flared they are. Like, he looks angry. Like, he looks like an agitated horse. But still realistic is how I love all the musculature from the pectoral muscles here, all the way up to the deltoids up here. And then it just looks fantastic. Very good muscular sculpt. You get the stirrups, the reins, the, I don't know, most saddle parts, the saddle itself, all the little blankets and undercarriages of it. This is a separate piece, so if you want to take this off, you can do so. I personally will not be. I actually don't know how you take it off. I don't know, maybe you can. It's a separate piece. It definitely does come off, but I'm not going to play with it because I don't want to do that. And then that on the fur, on the bottom of the legs, and the tail does get that nice green dry brush. It's coming up really nice on camera, actually. And that is amazing. And the reason I think this is better than the first one, I love the green hooves. That is super cool. And I love the bottom of them. It looks like an actual hoof, which is super cool. Super, super cool. With all like the different parts in the bottom of the hoof. I like that a lot. You do get really good musculature on the hind legs as well. And then, of course, a really nice sculpt for the tail. I will say I'm not a huge fan of how they attached the hind legs. They're kind of just like a flat cut. So it gets a little gappy if you're posing it wrong. Like, I don't know. I think it could have been done a little bit better. But honestly, I don't really. It's only if you're looking at the horse from his butt directly. So not bad at all. I love the dry brush on the saddle too. There's a lot of paint on this guy. I mean, there's a lot of detail on the saddle alone, so it does look very, very nice. Now, the horse itself does come with an accessory. He comes with an interchangeable mane piece, so this piece that he has on pops off. It's a more relaxed type mane, whereas this one, you plug this bad boy in, and this way? No, it's definitely this way. Yeah, this is my first time doing it. You gotta put the head up. What the heck? All right, give me 1 second. So here it is with the mane on. It's not super secure. It's like if I pop one side in, the other side falls out. I don't... Did I get it? I might have got it. I don't know. I don't like it, because then you move the head, which sucks, because I think I want this mane better. I like this sculpt better than the regular one. It's got that nice green dry brush on it, but I don't know. I don't really like that. This looks good, too. The harness looks very, very nice. But... yeah, I don't know. That could have been done better. Unless I'm doing something wrong, it just not stay in. So unfortunately, because like look at this, they're not the same sculpt. Huh. This plugs in perfectly. This does not, but you can see in here. I don't know. Is this a mistake or am I doing something wrong? But huh. Really weird, really weird. So I guess for the purposes of this review, I'm just gonna leave on this mane, but I'm not a huge fan of that, unfortunately. And then of course you get the Horseman himself, and holy crap, he's awesome. I think that the sculpt is fantastic on this. I love the aesthetic. I love the colors. The cape is okay. It is soft goods, obviously, and I think there's a bendy wire. Like, there definitely is, but it's really thin. So I kind of wish that they did that a little bit thicker, because there's no way it's holding its own weight up. Like, if you try to get it up, like that's about as high as it's going to hold itself. But it does line the rest of it. I'm going to leave the cape on because I like the cape on. This collar piece pops off. Just be careful. And then obviously the head and neck pop off, which we'll talk about later on. But taking a look at that pumpkin head, oh man, that green wash in there is great. I love the paint on the stem. The dry brushing on the collar piece looks great. I love the sculpt on the arms. All the silver dots are painted all along the body. I love that. I guess this is reused from a different figure because nothing plugs into his back. I love the dry brush on there. The belt looks great. You do get all these pouches and whatnot painted, and you get beautiful silver paint on his legs and nice dry brush on the black and then dry brush on the boots. Yeah, he looks pretty damn cool. Like, really freaking cool, actually, because the horse looks great. I'm a little disappointed with the mane, but the horse looks great. But this guy is a lot more intricate, I guess, in a lot of ways. But it just, man, that is a good looking figure. He does come with quite a few accessories, so you're going to get a couple interchangeable hands. You'll get kind of just gripping hands, which they do have the vertical hinge, which is nice for the sword. You do get another clenchy hand for the other side. Very cool. This gripping hand has a horizontal hinge, so that could be for like holding the reins. And then you do get this hand with a sculpted in peg. That is to take the head off, so the head's going to come out at the neck as well. Just kind of pop it out at the head, and then you take this hand and pop that into the ball peg so he can hold his head. And how can you not like that? That is so freaking cool. So freaking cool. I mean, just look at that. Oh, man, that looks great. And then when you have your head out, see, like, it's definitely from the figure because I'm getting purple paint. And then when the head's out, you can put in this notochord, like, spinal cord piece that plugs in there. So he's got, like, flesh in there, so it's just not a gaping hole. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's the little attention to detail that makes these figures the premium price that they are. And that's pretty freaking cool. So you do get that. You can pop this head off. I want to be careful. And you can get an interchangeable hand, which can go on the head as well. You get this flamed up head. And that is one nice looking pumpkin head. The back flame piece does come off. I don't remember if this is glow in the dark. I gotta double check to see if it's glow in the dark. This will leave a peg if you don't want it on there, but I mean, if you display it right, just don't show the back of the head. Not that hard, but that's not in all the way, but I'll do that behind the camera in a second. This is probably how I'm going to display this guy, to be completely honest, on top of the horse. Like, holding the reins. You know, why talk about it when I can just show it? I'll talk about the articulation in a minute. But we gotta show him on the horse, right? You gotta get his Tootsie in there. It doesn't really work. I'm not really worried about the other side right now. Get that in his hand. That is pretty freaking sick. That looks great. And then if you really want to amplify it, you can put this on. Whoops, came off the hand peg, but yeah, that is freaking sweet, bro. This is what I wanted from this figure. I almost forgot, he does also come with his sword. Very nice silver paint. Nice gunmetal gray for the hilt and handle. Looks pretty good, and he can hold it well. And he does have vertical gripping hands, so once you get it in the hand, you can go ahead and hinge it this way, which is very nice. So I like that. So we'll go ahead and do articulation on the horse first. The head's not going to look up very much. It'll look down. You do get a little bit of rotation on there and a little bit of pivot. The base of the neck is on a ball peg, so it'll pivot back and forth very nicely. It also will not look up great, and it'll look down about that far. So you will be able to do like a rearing pose, which is nice. So we can show that off in a second. The arm will go up that far, back that far. You do get a rotation there, and then at the elbow, I guess technically the wrist, you're gonna go down and up, and it will rotate as well. And then same with the finger. Get a little bit of hinge there, and then that'll rotate too. You might want to heat them up. I was not expecting it to be as tight as it is, but it is tight. Back here, the hind legs are going to go all the way back. It's very far. They'll go forward a little bit. They'll kind of pivot in and out like I showed earlier. Real quick, the tail hinges and swivels as well. And then at the stifle, you do get a hinge that goes back that far, rotates. The hock will go forward and back and also rotate. And then the pastern, or the coffin bone, will go forward and back and rotate as well. So very, very cool. It's pretty good articulation for a horse. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think McFarlane did it a little bit better because they were able to hinge the head back and forth a little bit more. This feels better quality. The McFarlane one was very like chintzy plastic. This definitely feels better, but I honestly think McFarlane kind of, dare I say, did it a little bit better with their Dark Knight Returns horse. I don't know. Don't flame me for that one, though. And then talking about the Horseman's articulation, the head's on a ball peg. You kind of saw he's got a pumpkin head, so you know you're going to get a little bit of play. You can rotate back and forth. Not terrible. Shoulders will go upwards that far. They'll go down. They'll rotate 360. Single jointed elbow that does rotate, and then all the wrist swivel and hinge accordingly. You do get a ball peg at the waist. They'll go down and forward and pivot and rotate, and then they kind of got weird hips. It's just like a hinge, which is kind of an older style thing, but they'll kick forward, and then they got like that NECA like piece that allows it to swivel. You do get a single jointed rotating knee, and then the ankles are on ball peg or ball hinges, which I like. So it'll rotate, it'll go up and down and pivot. So, and like I mentioned earlier, the cape is on a bendy wire. Barely. I don't really like the bendy wire on it, to be honest. But yeah, I think it looks pretty awesome, and it moves as much as I think a Headless Horseman should move. Here they are next to the the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Hasbro Fortnite Jazzbear Series Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Twins Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends Darwin. And then finally, of course, here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. Okay, I'm going to try to do this quick before it falls, because this was really hard to get up, but I was able... Damn. Told you. But it is pretty awesome. This is a cool-ass pose to get this guy in. And honestly, I really think that the figures are pretty damn impressive. I really, really like the sculpt on them. The detail is great. The articulation isn't the best, but I also recognize and realize that that's not really what Four Horsemen's style is. They definitely go more for the aesthetic over the articulation, and that's fine by me. That's totally fine by me. He's not on perfectly right now, but for pictures, I'll try to get him in a better pose. But yeah, this is such an awesome set. I am so happy that I was finally able to get my hands on it. I was very bummed because at the time of the first release, I just didn't have the money to get it. Not that I really have the money now to be paying for this, but I did get, I was able to scrounge up some funds and pick this guy up. So with all that being said, at a price point of $150, which that is a hard pill to swallow, I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. I think some of the articulation could be better. I'm not a big fan of the way that they did the horse's interchangeable mane, because right now I really wish I had the outward hair on. That would be really, really cool, but unfortunately I don't have it because it's just not plugging on the right way. So with all that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot over there and I have a lot of fun, so I'm sure you all will too. But as always, let me know. You coppin'? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.